Guys, you see my VS Code?
Yes.
Yes.
That's good, great. So what I did here, I have the normal simple same template here, the template I share with you. So what you need to do really, okay. Let's configuration here, nothing. Let's controller here. I'm just gonna delete everything. Delete, and I will need to create a new controller because my project is cats. So I need to create a cat file. So cat.js. For the log here, it will be the same log. So I'm just gonna delete this one. For the middleware, create log. I don't know. Do you want me to repeat doing this one again? Do you want me to do this
Yes.
one? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Let's delete this one. Module here. I will rename this one to cat. In here, I'm gonna delete everything. Okay, a public here. This CSS, fine. I'm gonna delete even the CSS. The image here, I just have an image. That's okay. Just stay here for the routes. I'm gonna delete everything and I'm gonna rename this one to cat.js. That should be fine. In util, I have one function. I'm gonna delete it as well. In views, I'm gonna delete everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now in views here, you need to have a folder called includes. You need to name it include. So actually, that's the, how can I say, this convention. So inside views, you need to have a folder. It's not a file. It's a folder called includes. Includes, we will see now what are includes. Inside this, we have a nav. I'm gonna delete it as well. So actually, let me delete this one even. So we start from 0, everything. Okay, everything should be fine here. Prettier should be fine. Let me delete everything here. And I will delete Vercel. We will not gonna deploy your project for now. I think that's everything. Fine. So normally you will have 3 scripts, as you can see from your package.json. You will have start, you have div, you have format. Now the start here is we are using node, div we are using nodemon. The difference is nodemon is auto restarts. That means whenever you make changes to your server, nodemon is gonna restart your server, which is very convenient when you are developing. Format, just to format your code. For dependency, I have .inf, which is a package allow me to put some variable inside .inf file, and also some how can I say, some other variable, like for example, database username or password, stuff like that. You would put it normally in .inf. .inf file and log folder and .vs code, they must be in .ignore. All the times they must be in .ignore. You should never push them to GitHub. That's first. Second, I have EGS, which is our templating engine. We have Express, which is a framework we are using. UUID, we've seen it. You just create a unique ID. Chalk here, we use it just for coloring some stuff in our terminal. And Prettier, just to format my code. Do you have any problem here before I start? Any problem? Any problem?
No.
Good. So the first step I need to do, as I told you, normally in your repo, is the one you need to use it as a template. I've uncommented .vs code. So I uncommented, you can see it here. And actually I commented here, so you need to uncomment it. .env and .vs code and log. So all these 3 guys here, they should be all the time in .get ignore. You should never push them to GitHub. That's important. So after I install my template and I'm inside my cat API EGS, I will just say npm I to install all the dependency, and voila, it will install all the dependency for me. That's great. So the first step I need to do now, I'm gonna run my server, although I don't have anything, so let's just say npm run dev. Voila. As you can see, I don't have anything in my server. So let's go to the index.js here. And now we need to start our server. Now, the first thing you need to think all the time is, will I need some built-in module? So we have some built-in module in Node. Will I need some of them or not? And as you know, I will probably need the path all the time. Why? Because if I want to create a static or serve static folder, I will need the path here. If I want to access my views here using EGS, I will need the path. So the first important thing, I need to import what it will be. Import what? Yes, guys? I'm just repeating the project, so you should tell me, huh? Import.
Express.
Before Express, I need some built-in module.
Path.
Yes. So import path, comma, their name from path. So I will need that. I will need something else. What it is? From URL, what do I need?
File URL path.
Yes. So I need to import file URL to path from URL. So the idea is the way I like it. First, I put the built-in module, and then after that, I make some space, and then I import the package which I need to install here, not built-in module, so I need to install them. So I know this is built-in module, and this is the other one is dependency. I need to install them. So I can just say import Express from Express. It's important to make your code nice and readable as much as possible. Okay, I import Express. I also need to import .env, right? .env from .env. Cool. So I've import the path, I've import express.env. That should be fine. I'll make some space. What should I do? What will be the first step here? Load environment variable. How can I load the environment variable? Guys, I'm just repeating the project. You should know.
.env config.
.env config, it has a function called config. And this config here allow me to access the environment variable. Now I need to construct or we need to create my port. How can I create my port? The other people are sleeping. Port all by convention, all port like that. It will equal to process.env .port, or I will need to check my port. My port here is 5004. Let me make it here 5003. Or 2, or whatever you want to. This const here is not correct. Voila. So I've created my port, which is quite nice. Now here I need to construct my path. Construct path. So I need to construct my path. Construct my path. How can I construct my path?
File name underscore.
First, I will need the file name. So I can just say const underscore file name, and file name, it will be equal to file URL to pass, and I will pass import meta URL, and it will provide me with a full path to the current file. Remember something here. When I say file to URL import meta, it will give me the full path to the current file, to this one here. So to this file, that means this file, it's inside which folder? So the index inside which folder?
View.
The index. I'm sorry?
View.
No,
cat
this
API.
Index, yeah, so this index inside
yeah.
which folder? It's inside cat API EGS.
Yes.
Yeah, now if I created another file here and I say, for example, const file name, it's equal to file URL and the file name, the path, it will be different. It will not be the same as here. Why? Because it will provide me the path to this file. And this file inside which folder? Inside routes. You need to understand here, it's different from file. It's just like a name. So for example, if we have different name, I cannot just, for example, say Umrah, and I'm expecting, for example, to Rodica to reply to me. It doesn't make sense, right? So each file here, when I say the file name, it will give me the full path to the files depending where the file is. And index.js here, I am inside index.js. Index.js in which folder? Of course, it is inside cat API EGS. So it will give me the full path to this directory here, which is my folder, cat API EGS. And because I have the full path to this directory, if I want to access anything else, it will be easy. I can just say path, it will be here, And then I can say, for example, routes, if I want to go inside route, and then cat.js, for example. You got the point. So now, if I say const pass, so the pass here now, it will be to pass like that. The pass here, it will be to the directory, which is this file inside. This file inside cat API EGS. And to convince you, let's just log it. Let me just log the path here so you can see it. So as you can see, user, Sam, desktop, Hackler Fisher, backend, node, my project, cat API EGS. Okay? It's very clear now? Guys? No?
Yes.
Yes.
So depending on this command here, if I use file name and pass in another file, of course it will be different. If I use it inside route, so which one will be the path here? It will be the route here because that's the folder, this file inside this folder. So that will be the path here. But because I'm doing it inside the index, this index inside which folder? Of course, it's inside cat API EGS. And that's the reason why I have this one. I think it should be clear if I'm not mistaken. Okay, fine. I've defined my path here. After that, what should I do? Initialize.
Express.
Yeah, I don't have to tell you guys. You already know. You should know. Initialize express. Initialize express. And to do it here, of course, express here, which is we are importing is a function. So I just need to execute it this way. Voila. What should I do after that? What should I do after that?
View engine.
Exactly. So I can here, I can just say define here or set a view engine. What we're gonna set engine. We just name it set engine. In order to set engine, I can just say app.set again, app.set view space engine. Here you need to use it exactly as it is. Why? Because if I go to the documentation, that's the property I need to use. It's exactly like that, view space engine, and I'm using EGS. Now here, the second thing I need to do, I need to provide the full path to the view here, views with S here. So how can I do that? Well, I will just say app.set, and here it must be views, not view. It must be views. That's how is a parameter here. So views, that's coming from Express. And here I need to provide the path to my view here. But the path to my view here, it's the path to this directory here, to my repo, cat API EGS. And then I just need to go to the view because the view's inside this one. So I will say path, comma, view. And I'm using path.join. So why I'm using path.join? Why I'm using here?
So it works on Windows, Mac.
Exactly, because now what it's going to do here, it will take the path until my directory and then the view, and then depending on the operating system, either will add / forward / or backward /. Now I'm telling Express, okay, whenever I said any view, you need to go to this folder views, and that's the path to the view, and then after that you can find any view you want, which is good. After that, I need to parse, maybe
Body.
parse. Yes. So I need, let me make all of them lowercase. Parse. Come on. Parse request body. And in order to pass the request body, we already have middleware. So I need to say app.use express.json and also app.use express.url encoded extended true. Is the idea clear? I'm just repeating, right? Yes, no?
Yes.
What should I do after that? I need to serve static. Yes.
Static file.
File or folder? This is a file or folder?
Folder public.
Okay, so let's serve static files or this folder, whatever you name it. So I will say app.use express.static, and I need to also provide the path to the folder I want to make it public, and it will be path public here. Also, I'm using path.join here. I think that should be clear. Yes, Rojika. All good?
Sorry, it was me. No, yeah, it's fine.
That's fine. Serve static files, by the way, that's plural. Why? Because here I'm serving multiple file here, as you can see. It's that's file, but public in general is not a file, it's a folder, okay? But anyway, serve static files, that's fine. What should I do after that?
Use route.
I don't have route now here. I will just say middleware, use middleware, which I need to create later. Right, middleware. Logger, for example, I need to use route, very good. I need to use routes, but I don't have the route now here, but I can do what you can do now. I can listen to port, right? So I can listen to port. To listen to port, I just need to say dot listen and take two parameters. The first parameter is the port, and second parameter, it will be just server. I will make it lowercase. Server is up. I like to do it this way, up and running on port. Yeah, I can just add port like that just to make it interesting. HTTP. Do not add HTTPS because HTTPS we use it for production. Now we are in development. HTTPS localhost, and then I have after that my port. And that should be okay. And if I have a look at here, see, HTTP localhost 5004. And if you are on Mac or Windows, if you are on Windows, if you click on Control, or if you are Mac, or click on Command, and you hover your mouse, see, you have like a link because I provide this one. So if I click on it, it will open my browser directly. But of course, now I am not serving anything. I'm not sending anything. I'm not handling any requests, so I will have nothing connected. Is the idea clear so far? How we build our file here, step by step.
Yes. And is it possible, like on line 35, after port, did /API, because after that we will use the /API, yeah?
You mean here?
Yeah,
yes,
at the end.
yes. If you want to do that, so it will be port. So I can actually, that's good idea. API, yes, can do that. I can even add V1 if I want to. So yes, I can do that if I want to. So now here, click, and now it will take me to /API. So yeah, it's fine. But then again, I didn't do anything currently. So let's keep it API as you like.
Okay.
It's up to you. Really. Voila. So now what we should do? First, I need to go, need to have some routes, right? Because I don't have any routes currently, as you can see. I'm not receiving anything. So maybe it will be a good idea now to create some routes. So let's go to routes. Yes.
We don't do the 404 and the errors.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. You are absolutely correct. I need to do that. And then I forgot them. Handle 404. So to handle 404, I can use app.use. And 404, of course, it take two parameters here. I want request response. Let's put it inside the function itself. Voila. And here I need to put it inside the function. Thank you, Rodik. I forgot about it. And here for 404, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to say restore status 404, send. And now here, what I'm planning to send, actually, I can go to my view. I need to create a folder. What was the name of the folder? It was includes, right? So I will need includes not correct. Includes is correct now. And I need to create a new file. Let's name it 404.egs. Okay, so let's create this guy here. And now here, let's just say what title we should give it. I can send the title dynamically. So I will say angle bracket %. And here, remember, equal if I want to put a variable. So I will pass the title here. And then I'm coming to the body. It's just an HTML here. And here I will put H1. Just a second. That's not correct. I will put H1 like that. I'll remove this one. And H1 here also, I will put the title here. So I'll put the title here as well. Copy? Voila. And also here, maybe I can create a main tag. Again, it's up to you that just HTML. I can put a p tag now. I can put my message here, and it will be angle bracket equal as normal, because here I have a variable message I'm gonna pass, so it will be message. Voila. Is it okay here? Any question here?
Yes, in the last project, in the includes, we did the navigation bar, and the 404 we did in views. It's a difference?
So 404 is inside views, is not inside includes.
Okay, okay.
So includes is just a folder I create. This one here, see, it's not inside it, it's inside views. See?
Okay.
So it's no change. Yes, there is different. Include here, you only will put what was the stuff you want to include. For example, if I want to include nav .egs, and here I need just to create a navigation bar here, so navigation. And let's say inside the navigation, I want to add home, stuff like that, for example. I will just add home for now. Let's say that's my navigation currently. So as you can see, I did not create a full HTML like a foot structure. I just created a navigation bar now. Here, why I'm doing that? Because I know that I will need to use a navigation in multiple pages. And here, instead of repeating the nav in every page here, so what I can do actually, I can very simply come here. And actually, let me include it here. After this one, let me include it. So what I can do, what EGS allow me here, I can just say angle bracket % minus, and then I just say include like that, include, I can't even type include, and here I can just say dot slash include slash and nav EGS. So what's happening here is I need to use this one. It's just like util function, Rodica. Remember util function we created in a file because we need to use it multiple times. The same idea here. I created a nav only here, navigation bar in include. Why? Because I need to use it now in multiple files. So I just created here, just as you can see, and now I can include it any place. Now here, this line, it will be replaced by this one, and so on and so on and so on. But the advantage is now instead of creating a navigation which is for 5 lines in each file, no, I just have one file. Is it quite clear, guys? What is include for? Great.
And if we need a footer, so we can create another file.
Yes. So includes is not just for navigation. It's for navigation. It's for footer. It's for anything. It's gonna repeat multiple times. You can just put it here. That's why. Yeah, that's why I compare it with util function. So you can put it here, create it here without any structure. You just now create whatever you want to, and then here you can include it in whatever you want to. Okay. I think it should be clear. And of course, for the variable, I will now I will need to pass title. I will need to pass a message. So let's go to my server here. And of course, if I'm going to use EGS, what should the verb here or the method be?
Render.
So, indeed. So it will be render. And render here take 2 parameters. The first parameter, it will be the name of my file without extension. And the second one, it will be an object. And inside this object, now I need to pass the variable I said I'm going to pass. And here I said I'm going to pass 2 variables, title and message. So what I'm going to do now, I will just go in here and I'm going to pass title. Remember, the name must be exactly the same. It's just like when you are trying to use a variable. So it must be the same. Here, title, it must be here the same title. If you are mistaking the name, it will not work, of course. So title, and message, it must be the same. And here, let's just say a message. Let's add some message. You can add whatever you want. Voila. Is the idea clear? Now we have handle 404, which is great. After that, we need to handle error, right?
Some app use, we don't need the star before the function.
Again, which line?
Of handle 404.
Yeah, update use. Status.
A star. How we call it?
Yeah, you can add the star if you want. So here, if you add the asterisk, that means any route, it will be handled here. By the way, Rodica, if you did not add the asterisk, any route it will hit here anyway. But the asterisk just to make sure that any route, I don't care about the route, it will hit 404. In case it goes through my routes and it didn't find any match, it's going here and it will hit it. But it's a good idea to add the asterisk. As for the handle error, I will just say app.use. Remember, the error take 4 parameters. I have the error, request, response, and next. I'm not going to use next, but I'm just going to keep it. I'm just logging error.stack. And here, as you can see, restatus 500, render 500, I don't have it. I title, that's the title, and that's the message. Now, because I am using exactly the same variable here, I can create 500 if I want to, or I can reuse 404 if I want. Why? Because 404 here, as you know, it take a title and it take a message, right? And here, this one take title and message, and instead of creating a new one, of course, I can create a new one if I want to, but it will be the same. So what I can do here, I can just reuse the 404 here, although the name is not, the name is not nice, but I'm using the same template 404, and I'm passing title and message. Is the idea clear? Yep.
Yes.
So now what we can do, let's refresh. And of course, because I am refreshing here, as you can see, now what's happening here, it's very important for you to understand that this file here, which is index.js, the request go from top to bottom. The order is very, very important. So what's happening here, I'm configuring my environment variable. I'm defining my port path. Then I'm initializing my express. Then I'm setting my views or my templating views. Then I'm passing the bodies and I'm serving static folder or files, whatever. Then here it will come. I don't have any middleware. I don't have any route. So what will hit? It will hit this one. It's normal. If it hits this one, then it will return this one. If I have any error with my Express server at any point, it will come and hit this one, and then it will log the error stack here in the console. That's because it will be interesting for me, not for the user. So a user does not care about the error. I care about the error. It will be useful for me as a developer. And I will send the user here also title 500 internal server error, and voila. I think it should be clear if I am not mistaken. Yep.
Yes.
Good. Now, what should I do after that? I've created some of those. Maybe I can create some route if I want to. So let me go to routes here. Now, to create some route, of course, I need to import some stuff. So what should I import first? Import
Express.
Yes. Express from Express that I need. Voila. And of course, here I need to construct my router. So construct a router. It's equal to express dot. Remember this one here, this function with capital R. That's how it is. So you need to not to forget this one. If you mention it as lower R, it will not work. And of course here, because I create my router now, I can just export it directly. So let's try to export it directly. And after that, I will put my route here. I can just say routes or cat routes if you want. That should be fine. Okay, now I'm exported directly. Now I can import it inside my index.js because I need to use them. So I'm going here, I'm gonna create some space. And here what I can do, I can just say import cat routes as we used to from, and here it will be, we are /routes cat.js. That should be fine. Of course, I need to use my route or cat route. So I'm going to here. And here I will just say app.use, which is a method, and here cat routes, but I will make this one API. Voila. That should be good now, right? What do I have a problem here? Cannot find module route imported from some.route. Are you sure? Cat routes. I'm here, so it's routes, so it's cat.js.
Yeah, like a line first line, import express from express. It should be with, what's the name? Quotes?
No.
No?
No, import express.
Like that, yeah.
No. Should be fine. I have another error. Let's see what's the problem here. So what is telling me here is telling me cannot find module backend bf node cat routes cat.js import from some backend cat index. It says just cannot find it, which is interesting. Why? Just control C it. Probably is a problem with my import here. So let's click on this one. Cat.js routes should be routes, it's clear. Yes, dot slash routes, cat routes. And yeah, export default router. I don't have any error. We just say router dot get for now. And here we just say slash. That's a bit strange. I cannot find module users. It doesn't make sense. Internal module resolve, so it cannot find this module. Oh, okay. Let's just see here. Import cat route from cat routes. No, dot slash routes cat.js, which should be is there, as you can see. Okay, let me cut this one. Let me delete this one. Let me recreate cat. Import express from express const router, and here let's export router exp. Yeah, I think the export, it was not correct. Export default router. I did something not correct. I don't know what it was. I don't remember, but it's working now. Anyway, now I need to, I'm importing my routes. As you can see, export default router. And in here, I'm just importing cat routers from dot slash routers slash cat.js. Voila. And I'm using it here in app.use slash API a cat router. That should be fine. Okay, should be fine, everything. How many routes do I need, guys?
5.
Initially, let's just create 5 for now. I may need more or less, I don't know. But initially, let's create 5 here. I just don't need this one now because I'm going to create my controller separately. So I need get, I need post, I will need put, I will need delete. And here it shouldn't be cat. So I will just remove those, and remove those, and remove this one. I need to get by ID. Okay, now what I can do here, I can just say slash, for example, get all, or just, yeah, get all here. Here, maybe it's really, here is depend on what do you want really. It's totally up to you. So you can name it whatever you want to, you can add whatever you want to. But for me, because I am planning to add more route to send a form and stuff like that, that's the reason I'm adding something after the slash to make sure that the route is unique. So here it will be also get one, not get all, maybe get. Let's just name it get. Again, it's totally up to you to name whatever, if you want to add anything here or not. So it will be slash get slash this one here, slash here, let's say add. Post is add, right? So let's say just slash add. Here put slash is just say update. And here I will need an ID. And here slash, let's say delete or remove, whatever you want to. Also, I will need an ID. Any problem here so far? Yes.
No, it's fine.
Good. Now I need to create my controller, right? So const cat controllers like that. It will be an object, of course. Voila. And I can just say exp cat controller. Now, where I will need the cat controller, before I define them even, where I will need them?
In
where
routes.
I will need in route. So I need to import them maybe here. So I can just say import cat controllers from dot slash controller cat.js. Of course, it must be .js. Voila. Okay, that's my cat controller. After that, I now inside my cat controller. Now Initially, I will need a few function here, and the function here, it will be, I will name the first one, get all, for example, all, and get all, of course, it will be an arrow. It will be an arrow function. I'm inside an object, so I will need to add a property like that. And here, I'm just going to create it for now, this one, without adding anything. Get all, and then here I can just say get one. And here I will need add, let's name it add, update, and delete. That's the function I will need for now. So what I can do now, I can extract all these functions, 5 functions from the cat controller object. And in order to do so, I can use the structuring. So I can just say const get all, get one, add, update, delete. Maybe we can name it remove, because the word delete has another meaning in JavaScript. So let's name it remove. Let's delete this one here and just name it remove. Voila. So I'm just receiving all my function, as you can see, and all I need to do, I need to put my function here. So get all, this one here, it will be get one, of course. And this one here, it will be add like that. And this one here, it will be update. Voila. This one, it will be remove, if I'm not mistaken, right? Voila. So I've connected everything correctly. I make sure that the function name, as you can see, all the time I open both of them to make sure I don't make any mistake. Because if sometime VS Code give me some suggestion, if I accept some of them, maybe the name of the function is not the correct one, and then I will end up having an error. That's the reason why I open both of them, so I don't get any error. That's fine. I've created my controller. I created my route. I import my route in index.js. Everything is good. It's fine now. But what I need to do here, what I need in my controller, I will need somehow to do some logic. But to do some logic, as I told you here, the one responsible in connecting with the database and do some operation, it will be, what it will be?
Models.
Module. So I need to create here my module. I don't have database, so I'm going to just create a small array with some cat image and name, stuff like that. Then I need to create a class. Now, the idea of the class is that I will create a class. Why? Because inside the class, I can have multiple functionality or method. And this method here, it will, if I need something from the database, we will imagine now our database is just this array. So it will, if I need any specific cat, it will do this job. It will go to the array, try to find this cat. If I want to add any new entry or new cat, it will be responsible for doing that. So when we are trying to deal with the database part, add, get one, get all, stuff like that, it's the module responsible for that. So in MVC approach, as I told you, module for database was the one here, the module responsible for, it's responsible for interacting with database to get one, to delete one, to remove one, to update one, and so on. What controller is responsible for, it's just like the brain. So the controller here can ask the module here, give me this cat, or delete this cat, or do what this one. So the controller can ask the module. Also, the controller can ask the view, give me, okay, I have this data, give me this view, this EG, and here it will pass some data to the view, and then after that, it will render them, then send them to the user. Do you understand the idea? So here, the most important factor here is the controller like the boss. You get my point, guys? Yes, no? Excalitron. Did you get my point or not? I think not, but anyway. That's my request coming, okay? Request here. Voila. So my request, when it comes, I will have this guy, which is called the controller, C. And then I will have the controller in contact with the module, which is related to database, module, which is related to database. And also it's related to the view here, view, which is responsible for the presentation part, EGS or HTML or something like that. Now, what will happen? When the request came here, the controller is like the brain. It will handle the request. It will take the request, and depending on the logic, if it needs some data from the database, it will ask the module, give me this guy, give me this data, give me this object, and the module will give it this object. And after that, if it need, depending on the logic, if the request here, depending on how you build your backend, is the logic here, it may ask for the view for specific EGS, specific template. It has the data, it has a template. It will pass the data to the template, and I will see something like HTML. And after that, the controller, it will send a response. Voilà. Is the idea clear for everyone?
Yeah, controller routes is between C and Vue, or where it is?
Again, Ms. Milano, what is your question?
Routes, in this case, will be between C controllers and Vue.
The route, no, the route. So I have a request. The route actually is here. The route are here. Why? Because when I have a request, okay, the route here, depending on the route, I may call this controller or this another controller or another controller or another controller. So when the request happens, it will have a specific route. So it will match specific route, this route or this route or this route. So when it matches one of the route, it will go directly to the controller, and then the controller asks the module for database or the view for some template, and after that it will send a response. So actually the routes, it's here in this point, because depending on the route, it may call this controller or this controller or this controller. So it's even before it coming to the controller, because depending on the route I'm targeting, it will go to this controller or another one or another one or another one. Is the idea clear, Ms. Milano?
Yeah, it's clear. Thanks.
For everyone?
Yes.
Great. Remember, this guy here is like the brain, is the boss here. This guy is the boss. So here, if you need something, it's just like, if you remember in the front end, we say we have event listener, and then we have handler. The handler, if it need some data to manipulate data, it will ask util function. If it need some presentational logic or something like that, it will ask for, what do we call the other function? Component function, for example. Same idea here. So your controller here is like the brain, depending. If you need some data from database, it will ask the module will give him. On if you need some presentation or some template like that, it will ask the view, and the view, it will give us a template. And here it will pass the data to the view, and it will render them here, and it will send them back in form of response. I think it's clear if I'm not mistaken. Good. Okay. Where I was, and now I am in the here. Let's just create an array once. Let's name it cats like that, because I don't have database. So I'm gonna just create an array with few name, maybe with image as well. It will be nice actually, just so we can see something nice. Of course, here I will need an ID. If I want it or I don't want it, I will need the ID. Let me make the ID string for now, 1, just to make it easier for me. I'll make the ID here also 2. Okay. And I will need the ID here as well, and it will be 3.
Can we use here the UUID?
Yes. But this is just dummy data. Okay. That's my dummy data. So yes, I will need to use him actually. What the hell is going on? What I am missing? Name, tiger, breed.
After 3, it should be closing.
I forgot it. Yeah, now it should be. Okay, that's fine. So I will need to use UUID as I told you. So what I can do here, I can just say import. What was the name? It was V4 if I'm not mistaken. V4 as, and here you can name it whatever you want to. I'm gonna just name it capital ID from UUID. I'm just planning to use this unique UUID. It will be better for me. So I have just some data here. Now let's create my class. So by convention, to create a class, I need to add the keyword class, and here it will be cat with capital C. Now here, what the hell happened? Okay, now what I need to do here, I need to handle some stuff. So first, I need to get all cat, for example, or get all, or do something like that. And of course, I'm making the method static. Why I'm making them static? Can anyone tell me why I make them static? Get all, and it will return me this cat here, everything. Can anyone tell me why I'm making my method static?
Because after that you can write cat.getAll and you will have it.
Because if the methods are static, that means it's available on the class itself. So I can just say cat dot and I can access them. Otherwise, I will need to create an object each time from a cat and then to access the method. I don't want to create an object. So I'm making all my methods static here. Okay, get all, it will return me all the cat I have. Get one, and as you know, get one, probably I will need an ID. So I will need an ID here. I need to be careful because I think my controller, I name them the same name here. So I need to be careful with that. Cat, I need to pass the ID. So it will get cat.find it cat, where is the cat ID is equal to ID. That's fine. And after that, I will need to add, of course, if I want to add a cat, maybe it will be a good idea first not to do that. Either I can create my object here. No, let me just, either I'm gonna create an object or I need to pass all the property here. So maybe I can just do this one like that, name and breed. So I have name and breed only. So I'm gonna pass the name and breed like that. And then what I can do, I need to create an object here. Post a new cat. It will be equal to ID. That's the ID. So ID, it will be my UUID. It's a function I'm executing. I will have a name and I will have the breed. I will create a new this one. When I create the new one, I need to push it to my new cat, and that should be it. And then I can return my new cat here. So remember, when I say cat with capital my class.add, I need to pass the name and the breed inside an object here. So I will have a name and breed. Okay, that's fine. So I need to create an object and pass both of them. When I pass both of them, I will create a new object here. I am using the UUID. This one is a function to create a new ID, then a name and breed, and then I'm pushing it to my data, which is an array, and then I'm returning the new cat. Okay, that should be fine. Now I need to be able to also to update. To update, I will need two property actually. To update, first I will need the ID. Then I will need an object with name and breed. That's a new name and the new breed. First, I will need to try to find the cat where the cat ID is equal to ID. And if that's the case, actually, yes, if that's the case, what I can do, I can just say cat.name, name, cat.breed, breed, and here it returns a new cat. If it exists, but here I need to put a condition. If cat, so if cat exists, then I'm gonna do that because it doesn't make sense when I don't have the cat to do that. So let me do cat this one. Voila. Of course, if else, what should I do else? I should return null. Voila. Should be clear, right? Yes, no?
Not really. Can you come again, please?
Here?
Yeah, classes in general. Why do we need classes here?
We need a class because our module, how can I say it? As I told you, the module is responsible with dealing with the data. So the module here, whatever I create here, it will be responsible of dealing with my database in real life. And when we use MySQL or we use SQLize, which will be an ORM, when we use Mango or Mangoes, we need to create a class, something like that anyway. So we create a class here. Why? Because I need to create many different methods here. So I will need to be able to get all cat, get one cat, add cat, update cat, delete cat. And I need to put all these methods here inside one entity. Now I have two possibilities. Either I can create an object or I can create a class. But why did I choose a class? Can anyone tell me why did I choose a class? Why class are better than object here? The object, I can use it only one time, right? Yes.
The class is reusable?
That's the point here. So I'm creating my class here. It's like a template. That's normally why we use a class in here. And the class is more flexible than object. Why? Because at any time, if I want to update something in my module here, I can add more method, I can add more property, and like that, it's like a template. I can reuse it again and again and again, and I can modify it again and again and again. It will be more flexible than object. Did I answer your question, Daria, or not yet?
Yeah, partly, but it's still not clear for me.
Why we have a module?
Samir, why you put class here? Can you explain again?
The class? Why do I have a class here?
Yeah, class cat, because you have written everything in the cat class.
Okay, guys. The question here, do I have database now?
No.
Okay, I don't have database. So I need to be able to connect to my data somehow, to deal with my data somehow. When my controller, as I explained now, ask me for specific cat, I need to tell them, okay, this cat exists, this cat does not exist. I don't have database currently. Because I don't have database, and because I don't have anything, because if I have database and ORM, I can ask the ORM, give me this cat, and it will tell me if it exists or not. But I don't have it now. So here I need to just add some array. As you can see, I have just an array here. And now I need to be able to do some basic functionality, what normally the database do. I need to be able here to get all the cat. If the controller asks me, give me all the cat, I will bring all the cat here. Give me this cat, I can bring him this cat. Bring me, update this cat, I should update this cat. Should be able to do that. Add a new cat, I should be able to add a new cat. Delete a new cat or delete a cat with this ID, I should be able to do that. So this basic functionality, what's responsible for, it's the module. And in module, when we use database, in MySQL, we have an ORM, which is something we were going to use. It's actually, it do all this functionality for me. And also with MongoDB, we have Mangoes, and Mangoes is already provided, it's a class, it's provided with a lot of function. And it do all this job for me. But currently, I do not have database, so I need somehow to create an entity, something that will be able to provide this basic functionality. So what it could be this entity? Well, I have two possibilities. Either I need to create an object, as you can see, object with some function here, which will work, or maybe I can create a class. Did you get my point? So either I'm going to create an object with all these methods, all these function, because I want to group all of them inside one module, because the module here is cat. That means I need to be able to get all cat, get one cat, delete, update, all this functionality. It must be inside one entity. And I can create an object, but objects are not reusable a lot. It's not flexible. The class are much more flexible. And we will notice that when we use MySQL, SQLite, the ORM, also when we use Mango and Mangoes, all the time here, they're creating a class. And a class here, because we can use a class here, we can create many objects if we want to from that class, the same class, because it's a template. It's better choice than a simple object. Did I explain your ideas? Did I explain, I answer your question, Daria?
Yes, thank you, Samir. Yes, thank you.
So that's the philosophy why we need it. Of course, when I use a real database, I will have some ORM. I don't need to do all this job because the database, if I'm using MySQL, I have something called SQLite. And SQLite, it's provided with all this functionality by default. And also MongoDB, we have Mangoes, which is also an ORM. When I use it, it will be provided with all this functionality without anything. But currently, I do not have anything. So I need to just create an entity which will be responsible to do some simple operation. So a better option, it will be just a class. Why? Because a class is an entity. I can create multiple objects. It's much more flexible. I can modify it and I can create multiple objects from a class. That's the reason why I choose a class. As for how the class work, Minju, the class syntax in JavaScript, I just need to say class and the name of the class. By convention, to name the name of the class, we use Pascal casing. So it's not camel casing, it's Pascal casing. That means each word, if I have multiple words, each word must start with capital letter. So that's Pascal casing. For example, if I name it my cat, it should be my cat. And see, so every letter here must be start with uppercase. That's what you call Pascal case. It's not like a camel casing. That's the convention we name our class. So the name of the class we use Pascal case. So that's the reason why I name it cat with capital C. Now I need, as I told you, I need some functionality. I need some method inside my class. I need to be able to do some basic operation. And here, as you can see, I just created a method get all. Now you may tell me why I don't use the keyword function here. Can anyone tell me why I don't use the keyword function? I just say get all and then parentheses without the name of the function. Can anyone tell me why? Because I am inside
a class.
Yes. So when you are inside the class, if I want to declare a property, I will not use const or let. No, I will just say name equal to something, and it will not give me an error because this here, it's a property here. It belongs to the class itself. And this one, it's a method belong to the class itself. So if I am inside the class, I don't need to do that. All I have to do, I just need to define the name of my method and then parentheses, as you can see, and then curly brace, voila. So I've created all this functionality, which should be simple. Have you already seen it? Now with a problem with the keyword static. So I need to think now, do I need to each time, so every time I want to get all the cat or get one cat or add cat or update cat, do I need to create an object or I just need this method here? So again, whenever I want to use any method, so get all, should I create an object then call get all, or I don't need it really? So if I
think
want
you
to
have
use,
to create an object.
why?
Otherwise, how you will call these functions outside?
But that's a static keyword solving this one. So the static mean that I can access this method in the class. So I can say cat dot get all, cat dot get one, cat dot add, cat dot update. So the keyword static means that this method belongs to the class. So I can now use cat, see, dot, and as you can see, I have get one, get all. So this method here, it will be available on the class if I use the keyword static. Static means it's available on the class without creating an object. It doesn't make sense to create an object. Why? Because if I need all the cat, now remember, let's say I have 3 cats here. Each cat is an object, remember here. Each cat is an object. I have 3 cats here. If I want to go all these cats, should I add a new cat, then get all? It doesn't make sense. Because if I create a new object, I will have an empty object here with no information. Why? Because my class here, as you can see, I mean, I'm trying to get all. I will create a new object. It will be empty object. I don't have any information because I'm not trying to create a new cat. I'm just trying to get all the cats. So I don't really need to create an object. You get the point? Logically, it doesn't make sense. Why? Because when I just want to get all the cats, I don't want to create anything. I just want to get all the cats, then get one. Also the same idea. When I'm trying to get one cat, I don't want to create a new cat. No, I just want to get one cat. Add, it does make sense to create an object, but here again, I don't need to because here I create an object myself here. So here with add, it does make sense to create a new object with name and stuff like that. Yes, but as you can see, I just created an object here inside my static method and I'm pushing it. So I will not have to create an object. Update, the same idea. When I try to update a cat, the cat object already exists. It doesn't make sense to create a new one and then go update the old one. Do you understand the idea? Hello? That means you do not understand.
I
No?
think we need a break.
You need a break. Fine. Let me adjust the delete here. It's just 10 and 10, guys. It's too early for the break, actually. Okay, let's say I need to create a template for all people working in HYF-Future now. Now I have a different possibility here. either I can come to here, for example, and I can say, for example, const person one, and let's say, for example, I have, I don't know, Rodica, for example, const Rodica, it's equal to, and here, of course, I need to add the name, I need to add the age, I need to add the job. So I need to add a lot of information here, stuff like that. So I will need to add a lot of stuff here. That's okay, that's not bad, but the problem is now I've created an object. A human being can be an object, and a student or a teacher or anyone can be an object because it has a name, it could has a lot of property, age, a lot of stuff, job, greeting, and also it can do some action. And as you know, the object can include property and method. You already know that. Now, first problem is solved. I have created an object for Rodica with all her information. The problem is we are like, I don't know, 20, 30, 14 people. We are working in Hack Your Future. And if I'm going to do this approach, that means I need to repeat this object 14 times because I have Rodica, and after that, let's say I have Adel. And then after, of course, now here I need to update the name also. First name, last name, age, the job developer, functionality, stuff like that. And as you can see, it's cumbersome. It's really annoying because why I need to repeat the object 13 times? That's really not a good approach because, as I told you in programming, every time you feel like you are repeating yourself, now you are doing something wrong. So I cannot use this approach because it's a repetitive approach. And a concept in programming which we learned, do not repeat yourself, or a concept called dry. The dry say do not repeat yourself. If I'm gonna do this approach, that means I will end up with a very long file with a lot of objects. What could be a better approach? Can anyone answer my question? What would be a better approach to do that?
A class.
Okay, why class? Why, for example, not something else? Why class specifically? Why a class specifically?
You can create a schema about a person in this case.
Yes, so what I can do here, what class allow me to do, I can create some property, some functionality on the class, and of course I can receive some data as well on the class. And what do I mean by that? Let's try to solve this problem here. I will keep these two, and I'm going down. Now I will show you the different approach. So the class is simply template. What do I mean by template? I told you, but that means we can use it multiple times, many times as I need. So how can I create a class? It's quite simple. I can just say class and the name of the class. Let's name it person because we all are person. Now in the class, I told you there is a specific method or a special method which is called constructor. Now remember the constructor, it will run automatically each time I create anything from the class. And when I create anything from the class, what it will be? When I create something from the class, what will be the result? When I create any instant from the class, what will be the result? What it will be? It will be a number, it will be Boolean, what it will be? Again, if I created anything from the class, what will be the result? What I will get? It's not difficult, guys. Fine, let's complete our class. Now, normally, what do I need here? I need name, age, job, and here is this functionality greeting. But as you can see, greeting, I'm repeating it for everyone. So I don't really need to do that. So I need name, age, job. So here is a constructor. I can accept the name, the age, the job. And now here, I need to, for each instant, I need to just assign this value to the instant I am creating. Just like that, this dot name, it's equal to name, this dot age, it's equal to age, this dot job, it will be equal to job. And this here, it will be the instant I am creating from the class, which will be an object. We will see that. Now for this method here, I'm gonna put it in the class greeting. I'm gonna put it exactly as it is. So let me put this one here. And voila, I can create a method like that, greeting. Let me delete this one. I don't need this one like that in the class. I can just say greeting like that. Voila, and here I can just console.log. And I need to close my class. So that's my class. That's fine. So as you can see, in my constructor, whenever I need to create an instance from the class, I need to pass the name, the age, the job. And then after that, I have a greeting, which is one method. I don't have to repeat it in each object because now greeting, it will be available. So let's try to create Rodica and Adil. So I can just say first, Rodica, notice, I will use new person. I'm using the class. I need to pass the name Rodica 13 developer. And now if I want to create Adil, same idea. So as you notice here, from the beginning here, I will have one class. I'm using the same class to create two entity here, two object here. I can just remove it this way. And this approach from now, it's better. Now I can create 13 different person in much better approach. Now let's try to log Rodica and see what Rodica is. Let's console.log Rodica and see what Rodica is. If I go to my live server, and as you can see, the Rodica here, it will be an object. So it is an object with name, with age, and with name, age, and job, as you can see, which is nice. Now, let me delete this one. If I log Adil, it will be the same idea. So let's log Adil, same idea, it will be another object, as you can see. So I have now Adil, age 13, job developer. Now, why these names are different? Because in my class, I say, whenever I want to create an instance, create a new instance from this class, new class name, I'm passing some data, and this data here, it will just be inside this object. That's the name. That's the reason why Rodica object has a name Rodica and age 13 and job as a developer. Same for Adil. That's why Adil object has a name Adil. Adil. I forgot the L, but anyway, the name L. That's why the age, let's make it 25, for example, and this is a job developer. Is what I'm trying to explain is a little bit clear or not? Yes, no? So that's the idea. That's why we need a class. We need a class. Why? Because a class is just an entity, is something allow me to reuse it multiple times. And so like that, I don't have to repeat myself again and again. I don't have to create 13 different objects, which will take a lot of stuff here. And if I want to change something, I can change it in one place. Just inside my class, I can change it. And I don't have, if I have object like before, Rodica, Abe, now if I want to make some change, I need to change in 13 different places because I have 13 objects. But here I can change it in one place inside my class and it will be fine. That's okay. But now, let me remove Adil for now. I have something here. Now, this greeting method here, can I use it in this object Rodica or not? So this method here, this method inside the class, how can I use it? I want to log hello there. How can I use it? Guys, come on, give me an answer. Even if it's wrong, it's fine. Give me an answer. How can I use this method here?
You call the function inside.
So maybe I can just type Rodica because it's an object dot. See, I have a greet here. I have, if I say greet, I have a greet method here, see? And I can execute it. Voila. And now here, if I go to my console.log, hello there. Why is that happening? Well, because the class works this way. Now, if I define a method inside my class, that means this method, it will available in any object I create from this class automatically. So let's create Adil again. Let's create Adil again. Const Adil, John or Adil. Okay, let's take John, for example. Now, as you can see here, both Rodica and John, both objects has this method. Why? Because that's how class works. The class here, whenever I define a method inside the class, all object, all instant, or every object I created from this class, it will inherit. It will automatically have this method. And to convince you, let's just say John dot greeting or dot greet. And if I go here, hello there, you can see. And to make sure it's a little bit different, I can even what I can do here, I can hello there. I can just add, for example, hello there. This dot name, I am John, just to make sure that it's different. And hello there, John. That means I know it's coming from the object John here. If I try to replace it with Rodica, of course, it will be different. And I go here, hello there, Rodica, as you can see. Voila. So how class work? Well, the class are really important entity. Why? Because I can create a different object from the same class. And if I need one function to be available from for all the instant, this one, or all the instant I am creating from this class, I will just define it on the class. And now each object I create, it will inherit this method. It will automatically have this method. So let's log Rodica again, and let's show you where the method is. Log Rodica, and let's go to Rodica, refresh. If I click on Rodica here, notice we have something called prototype. And if I click on prototype, notice I have a greet method here, see? So it exists in the prototype. That means this method automatically will available in that object. Each method I create in the class, it will be available, get age, for example, or for example, get job, like that. Now here, if I say Rodica dot, I'm returning here, I should log, but it's fine. Let's log it. So now if I say Rodica dot, now I will have all these three methods here: greet, get age, get job. So let's try with get age, for example. And here, of course, it's a method, so I need to execute it. And now if I go to log here, see 13, it's giving me. And again, if I log Rodica, let's try to just log Rodica only. I will have these three methods automatically on Rodica. Why? So if I click on this one, I go to the prototype, see, get age, get job, greet. So all the method inside my class, each time I create an object from this class, it will automatically have available, or it will inherit this method. And that's what makes the class very efficient, because like that, I don't have to create a certain object with 13 different property with 3 methods for each object, and all of them are repetitive. I don't have to do that. I can just create a class, and from the class, I can create different object. And now each object, it will be able to have its own method. So it will have the same method, and I can execute it. Is the idea clear now why we are using object and why we are using classes? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you,
everyone?
Samir. Yes, thank
great.
you.
Great. Now, what if I want something else? Now, we've seen the objects, that's quite nice, that's fine. But what if I want something? Sometime it happened. I want to create, let's remove this one, let's just keep the greet only, just to make it simple. I don't want this method here to be available on the instant, on each object I create. Let me create John again, or Ion, whatever, that's fine. I don't want this method to be available on all objects I created. And this really depend on you, depend what do you need. Sometimes I want one object or one method here to be available on all of them. Let's create a new one here, for example, age. I don't want the age to be available on all the object I am creating here. So how can I do that? Well, I can just make it static. If I make it static, it means that this method, it will not be available on this object. And to show you, let's log one of them. So let's log Rodica, for example. And let's log also Ion, both of them. Let's go here, let's refresh. And now here, if I go to Rodica, if I go to the prototype, see, I just have a greet. I don't have get age. Also, for the same person here with Ion, if I go here, well, I just have a greet, but I don't have this here, which is called age. So this age here, it will be available only in the class. It will not be available on each object I am creating. But how can I execute this method here, which is static? Well, it's quite simple. All I need to do, I need to say person dot age, voila, and voila. And if I say person dot age, and let me comment those, so I don't see anything except those, it will see here, voila, and now it's logging my stuff here. So it will say console.log I am this. So it will give me this one simply, as you can see. I am console.log, I am the age dot, like that. So if I make the method static like that, that means I can use my class itself, person dot, and I can access whatever I want to. Of course, if the method is static. So if the method is static, I don't need to create an object. I don't need to create an object. Notice, I don't need to create an object at all. I can just use my class dot age, and it will work. But here, because I am using those, so let me remove this one. And let me just keep this one. I am years old like that. And if I go back here, I am years old, as you can see. So it's really depends what do you want. Sometimes some method I want it to be available on the class. I don't have to create. So here I did not have to create an object. I just use my class person.age. Why? Because this method is static. But if the method is not static like that, notice this one, it will not work. Why? Because this method here, it will be available on the object I create from this class. So if I go here, see, I have a problem. So here I need to create an object first. So I need to say first Rodica, for example. I need to create an object, and then from Rodica, I can say Rodica dot greet or dot age, and it will work. Well, and of course this one it will not work anymore. If I go here and refresh, what's happening? Age Rodica is equal to that should be fine. Rodica dot age, which should be fine. Console.log this one. Actually, I don't have any problem here. Am I logging something? Yes, I'm logging something. Rodica.age is not a function. How could Tolo is not function? Of course, it's a function. It is a function, actually. Rodica.greet, and here Rodica.age, and it should work both of them. Rodica.age is not a function. Let's just rename it get age. It should be fine now. Rodica new persons, that should be fine. Here, let's just search for this one. Rodica dot get age, and as you can see here, it should be fine. Voila. So did you get the idea? When I use static, what will happen? And when I'm not using static, what will happen? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, that's simply what is what I'm trying to explain. So classes now, because we are using JavaScript now, in the future, when you study Java, for example, or when you study C#, these are object-oriented programming. That means you cannot do anything if you don't have a class. Anything you do, you need to create it inside the class because they are 100% fully object-oriented programming. JavaScript is flexible, so I don't really need to create object all the class all the time. But when you deal really with object-oriented programming, a class is essential. So a class is as an entity. It's more flexible than object. I can define it one time. I can use it multiple times, simply like that. If you have any question about class, please ask me now before I move back to our project.
But it wasn't like in the past in JavaScript you use classes a lot, but after that it was something new and people stopped using classes anymore and started to use functions because yeah, there was something like that, or?
That's a good question. I will answer your question. Just give me a second. Let me know when I let you. There is in programming different paradigm. So what do I mean by paradigm? Let me go to my project, and here it should be cat. Where is cat API.js? Voila. Agnieszka. JavaScript, it's more like prototype language. It's not really fully object-oriented programming language. But they created the class to make it a little bit flexible, more easier just to compare it with other languages. Because other languages like Java, like C#, from the beginning, they're fully object-oriented programming. JavaScript and Python, both of them are flexible. So we can write code with JavaScript and Python in many different paradigms. A paradigm is style of programming. So we have something called functional paradigm. Okay? Functional paradigm. That's the three famous. Actually, there is, I think, like 64 different paradigms. So there's a lot of paradigms, but the famous of them, we have three. Functional programming, we have procedural programming, and we have object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming. So what are these different approaches? Functional programming, we almost never use except in academic field. Why? Because it's really difficult to use. If I want to build an application with functional programming, it will be almost impossible. Why? Because functional programming says that the function is totally separate entity. That means function cannot share variables, they cannot share state. Each function, it will have its own variable. So that means the function is closed here. It cannot use any variable outside of the function. And when we come to real projects, that's really difficult to do. So this functional programming, we have a different language that are using it. JavaScript can be functional programming. Lisp is a functional programming, but it's used more for academic purpose, not really a real world application. Is it okay? The second approach, which is procedural programming. Procedural programming, that means the building block of my application, it will be function. So I will have a function, the smallest unit, I will have a function. So all my application, it will be function, 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 function. And I can share outside of the variable here. So a function can share state, it's okay. But here, remember, in functional programming here, they cannot share state. So if I have a variable outside, this function cannot access this variable. So they are totally separate. That's what it makes it really difficult to build application with. But again, it's useful sometimes for some mathematical equations. That's why it's most of the time used for universities. But procedural programming, that means the building block of my application, it will be a function. And so you can share state and deal with the state, that's fine. Now, this approach is not bad. It's okay. But a lot of people still using procedural programming. The problem is here, I will end up with million and million of function in my code. And sometimes it's really annoying because I will have a lot of function. Yes, this function can share states, they can access any variable, but the problem, I will end up with a lot of function in my application. That's what you use in the past. Now, object-oriented programming, on the other hand, it says that the building block of my application, it will be an object. Voila, object. So object, as you can see, object, object. And of course, as I told you now, you could have a class like that. And here I can create multiple objects from the class, as you can see. So from the same class, I can create multiple objects. So the class here belong really to object-oriented programming. That's the reason we are using it. Remember, inside the object, I can have property, and also I can have a method. Property, method, property, method, property, method, property, method. So in object-oriented programming is used a little bit more. Why? Because as you can see, I can have a lot of related stuff. So all the function here, they're related to each other. All the properties, the variables, are related to each other. I just put them inside an object, which like that, it make it more, my code a little bit more construct, more organized. That's the idea. Is it a little bit clear, the different paradigm or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can stay in the topic. We are going too large right now. It's difficult we take one day to finish the project in this way, please.
I'm sorry, Ms. Milano, what?
Well, we are going too far. I'm saying we can stay in the project and not going to in theory because it's difficult to follow all this information.
Well, I know, but what I can do, you ask me to do a class. You do ask me to explain a class.
I know, but we continue this way. I know, I understand.
It's okay. But anyway, you have different paradigms. The most one here used is object-oriented programming. JavaScript can be object-oriented programming, procedural programming. Also, it could be functional programming. It's flexible. But then again, it's really depend what do you want. I think that should be okay for now. Let's go back to our project. Okay, I have a class now. Again, why I'm going to create a class? Because class is better entity. It's flexible. I can change it here. But remember, in this class, I don't need to really to create an instance. Why? I don't need to create an object from this class. Because what I'm planning to do, I just want to put bunch of method here, bunch of function inside. In this approach, by the way, I can use an object as well. But I prefer to use a class. Why? Because the class is better entity, is flexible for change. That means if I need to use this class in the future, I can use it again and again and again, but object I cannot. Of course, I'll name the method, all of them static, static, static. That means if I want to execute one of the methods, what should I do? I need to say cat, the name of my class, dot, and I will have all the methods, as you can see, available. So I don't really need to create an object here. Is it quite clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes? Perfect. Now here we are doing this guy here, everything is fine. Now I just need to do the delete. I think my headset charger is finished. You still can hear me, right?
Yes.
Good, great. So what I'm gonna do here in delete? Well, in delete, it's quite simple. All I need to do here first, I need to check if I have this cat with this ID. So I have ID 123. So first I need to check if it exists or not. So I can just say const, let's say cat or cat exists, whatever you want to call it. Cat.find cat if the cat.id is equal to ID. Of course, if it exists, so what I'm going to do here, I can use different method here. I can use splice. So what splice is going to do here, actually, maybe I can just rename this one here just to make it really easy. There's many ways to do it here. So what I'm going to do here, I can just simply do that, and I can say cat is equal to cat. I'm using filter again, and I will remove this cat with the IDs, and I can return my cat if I want to. Here I will return null. A null means that I don't have the cat I'm trying to delete. So if the user pass me an ID which it does not exist, that means the cat does not exist. What I can do here, it will return null, and of course, if it returns null, that means the cat does not exist. You need to remember what it returned, because if it returns a cat here, what I can do here, I know it will be true or false if I return the cat. Cat is an object.
True.
If it's null, it will be false. Like that, I know which one of those. Same here. If it return cat, it will be truthy here. It will be falsy. So I know what it returned. Add, it's fine here. It's returning this guy here, and it will be fine and no problem at all. The get one also, it's either it will return me the object cat or it will return me. And actually, what I can do here, I can also do that. So I can just say const cat, it's equal to, and here I can check here. I can just add if cat, I will return cat, else I can return null. And like that, I know if the cat exists or not. Here it will return me my array. Even if I don't have any cat, it will return me my array. Is all these function are, or this method here in the class are clear? Yes? No?
It's getting better, for sure.
Good, perfect. Now, again, I need to check my code. Which part of my code do you think I am repeating? So here, as you can see, I have find, here I have find, and here I have find. That's really not a good approach. What I can do here?
Create util function.
So I can use put this one as a util function, and then I can use it here. So what I can do here, I can just go here in util, click a file, and here I name it find cat, because what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to find a cat. So I can .js. So what I can say, I can just say const find cat, and here I will find a cat. I will receive here it will be my array. I will pass the array, and then I will pass the ID. Voila. exp find cat. Of course, remember here, it depends how you construct your function. If you want to pass the ID first, that means when you use the function, you need to pass the ID first. But for me, I'm going to pass the array first, then the ID. And here it will give me my cat if it exists or not. Of course, I can check here again. I can check if you return me the object or return null. But if it does not find anything, this method find it will return null by any means. So I will not worry about that. So I'm exporting this function. Now I need to import this function where? In my module here, because I need to use it here. So I can just say import find cat. Find cat, it will be from util.findcat.js. And now here, instead of having all these guys, what I can do, I can remove this one. Use my function, and I'm passing my cat an ID, as you can see. Remember, the order does matter, huh? And here, instead of this find also, I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to use my function. And instead of this one here, voila, it's much better like that, as you can see. Voila. So everything should be clear. Now everything is fine. I am exporting my class easier. All my method as static. That means I can just put the name of my class, dot, and access any method I want to. Remember here in get one, I need to pass the ID. If I want to add something, I need to pass an object with name and breed. Name first, then breed. It's important.
Then if I want to update something first, I need to pass the ID, then I need to pass an object with name and breed, and delete, I need to pass the ID. That's perfect. Now, handling or dealing with the database here, I'm almost done inside my class. And when we use a real database, like, for example, MySQL or Mongo, we have something called ORM. And ORM is Object Relational Mapper, is doing this job for us. So we don't have to do this job. So this ORM here, it will do all this job for us. It already has a lot of method. It's a class. And it's already have a lot of course, we need to create an instance, and we will have all these methods available for us, which is good. But now we don't have, so we need to create them. Okay, fine. Now I need just to go to my controller because I have nothing in my controller. What should I import inside my controller? What should I import inside my controller?
Your
A
model.
class cat.
Class cat. Because everything inside class cat. So I need to import my class cat. Voila. That should be good. And here I can open the class here just in case, so I don't miss any names and stuff like that. It will be a good idea to not make any mistakes. So what I can do, I can open it here. And like that, I will remember what method I have and what do I need to pass each time. Voila. Okay, that's fine. So now the first one, for get all, what should I do? Well, I just need to get this method, get all here, and grab all the cat and then send it back to the user. So what I can do here, I can just say const cats, const like that, const cats, or my cat. It will be my class cat dot, what is the method? Get all. So get all. Do I need to pass anything in get all? No, I don't need to pass anything, and it will work. Now I have everything. So what I can do here, I can just say, for example, now I need to send something to the user. I say rest.status. How much the status? How much?
200.
200. And here I need to pass a template. So I will try to render something. So I will render. And now here I need to create a view called cat. And remember here I am passing an array of cat here. So that's array here. It will be an array, as you can see. So I am as the array, and I'm passing my array here, as you can see. So I will receive in my template here, or my EGS template, I will receive this array. So I need somehow to loop through them and then show them here. But a good approach, it will be also to add an image, because with image, it will be nicer a little bit. Do you agree? Or no?
Yes.
Yes. Mhm.
Of course. Let me just divide them to part, and like that, it will be easy for me to add the image as well. Voila, and the third one here, it's ID, and I have a breed. Voila. So let's add image, comma, img. You can name the property whatever you want to. And it's, I don't know, I mean, Copilot suggests this one. I don't know if it's a real image or not. I will accept them, and later on, if they are not real, I will try to do that myself. So let's just do that for now. That's cool. So now what do I need to do? Well, all I need to do, I need to go to my view here, and I need to create a new view. What was the name of the view? It's called cats plural. So I can just say cats.egs. Remember what I will receive in my template, I will receive an array, right? So I will have ID. I don't want the ID. I want the name, the breed, and the image. That's what I want. So let's go to my template here, cat EGS. And I will just create some HTML like that. Of course, the title, it will be cats plural. And in the body here, maybe first I need to include this nav. I don't really have a navigation bar, but I can now include the nav if I want to. And then later on, I can just do that. So let me add the title. Before that, I don't want that. Let me add here navigation bar. So I need to say angle bracket % minus, and I can use include like that. And it's not partial, actually, that's not correct. It will be dot slash include slash nav.js. I need to modify my navigation bar, but later, not now. Now I can create a div. And inside this div here, remember, I will receive this array, which is called cats, like that. Now, inside this one here, I can put some condition here. Now, what I can do, because it's an array, I can loop through it. So how can I do that? I can just say angle bracket %. Whenever I'm trying to add JavaScript only, it will be just this one, like that. So it will be angle bracket % angle bracket. Now, let's put my stuff here. So I will just say cats dot for each, for example. So for each, and for each, as you know, it's higher order method. It take a cat as a parameter, as you know. And in here, I will have something like that. And I will have that, voila. But of course, that's the opening and that's a closing tag, right? So what I need to do here, I need to just to put in the opening tag like that. I will cut the closing tag. And now here, I will go here, open another one. Voila, enter. And I need to just put the closing tag here. Why I'm doing that? Well, because I need to put everything inside here, inside my loop. So I have cats for each cat, and that's opening curly brace, that's a closing curly brace, and the closing parentheses. So here, for each cat, what do I want to do? Well, I want to create a div for each cat. Why? Because I want to style it nice. So here I can just say class. I can add a class even in a name it cat for styling. I want the name of the cat. So we have cat.name, right? Do I have a cat.name? Yes, I have cat.name, then I have cat.breed. Age I don't have, but what I have here, I can have the image. So maybe a good approach, it will be to create another div. And here I can add my image here. It will be cat.image. And for the alt, I can use cat.name, which will be nice. And yeah, this one just for styling here. And if I save now, and I go to my server, which hopefully it's running. I don't know if my server is running or not. It is not running. So let me run my server. Voila. And let's go here. And now if I refresh, it will give me nothing. Why? Because I am in API, I need to go to /get. And if I go to /get, it gives me my cat, as you can see. But the image are not correct. So what I can do here, I need to grab some images because it look like my image are not correct. Okay. Let me copy this one. Let me go here. And I can put this one, cat. Okay, I can copy this one, copy image address. Let me go to my data. And all I need to do, just to remove this one. Voila, it looks like it's very, very long, but it should be working at least. No. Am I missing something? I have image, which is okay. Source is cat dot, no, it's not dot img, it's dot emg. My mistake, sorry for that. Because the property is not image, actually. If I go back to the property is img here, and this one, it was image. Thank you for letting me know. Click, and it looked like I have some cat. No, that's dog, actually, that's not cat. The first one, I have it here, but the second one, it looked like it's dog, it's not a cat. So, shit, oh my God. Parisian. Those are just some image, I mean. Parisian cat. Let's just choose this one, copy image address. And now here, I just need to remove this one. That should be better. And what's the last one? Bengal. Do we have a specific Bengal cat?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Copy image address. And what I need to do here, I can put this one is a little bit. I don't like this one because it's very, very, very long. So I'm gonna delete it and try to find some.
Samir, but it's not a URL. Go up. So it's data image / something.
Let's just delete it and try to find something. Oh my God. Yep. What was the cat here? It was fluffy. The breed is something. So let's find this breed as well. Let's click on this one, and I think it will be okay this time. Yeah, a little bit better. So as you can see here, if I go to my website now, refresh, I have 3 different cat and everything is okay. Of course, you need to style your own website. I'm not gonna style it. It's just well. Okay, now what do I want to do? I want when I click on any specific image, or I can add now because I am inside my template, I want to have like a link or a button or something. When the user click on it, it will take me to this specific cat. So how can I do that? Well, what I can do, I can just go here and maybe I can create a button. Let's try to create a button, and inside the button, I can create an A tag like that. And now what I want to do, I want when the user click on detail, I want to take me to API/get/ it's not cat, it's /get/ID. And of course, I can grab the ID using angle bracket %= cat.id. So let's see if that will work or not. So let's go here. Let's refresh. I have some button called detail. So if I click on it, it take me, I have 2 API actually. So I need to remove this API. Even better. So let's try. Go back, refresh. Click on the button.
It shouldn't be get ID.
No, it should be /API. That's the reason why it gave me 2. It must be slash. I forgot the slash. But anyway, refresh. Click on detail.
And you have to add ID, no?
But I am adding the ID. That's the
No.
ID.
Ah, okay.
That's the ID. Let's go to API/get. What was the route again? Let me just make sure the route is correct. Click. So my route should be get. Yes, an ID. So it should be correct actually. Let's refresh again and have get. So let me click. Yeah, but I have a problem. Can anyone tell me what's the problem? Am I handling get one yet?
No, not
handling
yet.
get one yet? I'm not handling yet. That's the reason it's trying to do that. But as you can see, there is no response. So my server does not get a response. So I need to first handle it first. Create my function, create my stuff, and then. Okay, fine. So let's go here to which is get one. And now here I need to handle it as well. So how can I handle it? First, let me go to my class. That's my controller. I want to go to my class. Yeah, that's my class here. So we have a method on the class which is called get1. So it should be simple, really. All I have to do, I just need to say const ID. Const ID, of course, I will grab it from the request.param. And then all I need to do now, I can just say const cat, one cat, it's equal to my class cat. What's the method? Get one, and I need to pass the ID. So I have get one, and I need to pass the ID. And I should have it. And here, of course, I have 2 possibilities. If I have the cat, so I can just say if cat, it's an object, it will be truthy. Then what I need to do, I need to send a user res.status, and I need to render a cat here. So I will have a cat EGS template I need to create, and I'm passing the cat object here. Of course, if the cat does not exist, I can use 404, and here also I can render 404, but in 404, I need to pass the title and the message, right? If you remember in 404, I need to pass what? I need to pass title and message, right?
Yes.
So cat not found, and I need to add the message as well.
And can we destructure the class cat or not? Or we should use cat.get1, cat.getAll, or we can destructure it?
But structuring normally, Agnieszka, it works on object and it works on arrays, not on class.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Now I need to create my template, which is cat here. So let's go in view, create cat, single cat.js. And remember, I will have a cat object. So I will have a cat object with name, breed, and image. Name, breed, and image. So let me click on this one. And all I have to do here, I can just
It shouldn't be cat EJS?
It is EJS, but I forgot it. When I make a mistake, actually, EJS. Create a template, and here I can just say single cat. Remember, I will have an object, so I can create a div. And in this div here, I can render whatever I want to. So that's my image. It will be cat.image. That's the alt, but I have cat breed. I don't have age. I don't have color. I don't have anything. So let me get rid of those. So I'm showing the image because I have cat.image. I'm showing the alt. The alt, it will be cat.name. I mean, I don't have alt, so I'm using name, and then cat.name and cat.breed. Now, if I go to my server and try to click on this one here, click on detail, voila, see, it gave me one fluffy cat with ID/ID. If I want to go back here and I click on this guy, same idea, now it's working. And here, same idea, but what the hell is going on here? Detail. It looks like I cannot click on this one. Anyway, voila. That should be nice. Let's try to access a cat with, we know with ID does not exist. Let's try 10. And as you can see here, I cannot cat not found. And here's a cat you are looking for. It's not available or it does not found. If I try to access one, it will give me one. But anyway, so let's just go to get now. Voila. Is it okay? Yep.
Could we find out why the last cat doesn't work?
Did we find out what?
Yeah, could we check it out why the last cat doesn't work?
It does work, but it does not have a space. So what I can do, maybe I can add, where is it? It's here. So what I can do, I can add, let's just name the button here. Let's add a class. Class is, let's just name it details. It's not working. I cannot click on it. Let me go to my CSS. And here I have a class detail. And I can say margin button of 200 pixel, for example. But of course, it will not work. Why? Because I did not import my CSS here. So I need to link my CSS. Link CSS. And that's not going to work. It should be /CSS/ style.css. I think that's correct. And now I can link it to the other one as well. So let's put it for the cat as well. And 404 as well. That should be okay. Now let's go here and try to find it now. Refresh. And now here, if I click on this one, well, it's work, Agnieszka. I was not able to click on it because I have a notation. I have like a pen, which I cannot click on it. But here, if you click, voila, and I can go.
Okay.
Now, what I want to do here, I want to, when I am inside here, it will be nice to have a small button, which is say, go back to all. Yes? So I will just have a small button. When the user click on it, it will take it back to /cat to see all the cat. So how can I do that? Well, what I can do that, I can just go to the cat itself. And in here, I can add a div. Actually, I can add a button, just like that. Let me remove the div. Let me just add button. And here, whenever the user try to click on it, I want it to take it to this API /get, just like that. So when not detail here, let's just say all. Let's go back now. If I refresh, and as you can see, I have all cat. If the user click on it, it will take back to all the cat. Let's try it here as well. So I will go to detail. And here, if I want to click on it, it will take me back to all cat. It's just changing the route. Is the idea clear?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Samir, Samir, I have a doubt. Like, suppose we are doing this project with a friend end, then this public folder and include will be in the front end, right? So we'll have a React project in the front end, and we'll be running two things parallelly. How it will be?
Minjo, in real life application, everything in the front end should be done in the front end. Now, currently we are doing a backend course. I don't have the front end. So I need somehow to show you something. So that's the reason we are using EGS. Now, sometime in the server side, we can send HTML or some EGS or some file or some images or some stuff like that. We can do that. But normally your project should be divided into two parts. The front end should do the job of the front end and the back end should do the job of the back end. You got my point?
Okay. So in that case, we won't be using this EGS, right?
No, if it depend. Now some depend really as a team. Some company only using the backend as API. So they will have nothing except API, so routes, modules, and controller only. So they just building the backend as just the data, choose to grab the data. I will send a request to this API, it will give me this data and handle everything in the front end. So you can make your API only as an API if you want to. You can do that with Python, you can do that with Java, you can do that with Node, just to make it an API. But also you can do some cool stuff on the backend, as I told you. As you can see here, we can do some cool stuff on the backend if we need it. But again, all this functionality, what we are doing now, it's job of the front end. It should be done in the front end.
So we'll have two VS Code files, right? One for front end and one for back end.
Yes, you have your project for the front end and you have your project with the back end. Both of them are separated. The job of the front end is to send a request when it needed to the back end to grab some data. Voila. But again, sometime maybe the server side need to send a file, for example, if something not available or something like that. It is possible also. Yes?
Yeah, but my confusion is like you have front end React.js, and suppose we are using MongoDB or some SQL, then where this Node.js will be fitting into?
The Node.js where it will be fit into?
Yeah, like suppose I choose React.js as front end, so I'm doing all my front end HTML, CSS, and API calls, everything in the front end. Then I'm having backend as some SQL or MongoDB. Then how can I do like how can I run the server that I'm not getting?
Okay, but the idea here, the Node.js is creating your server. If I don't have this server, I will not be able, MongoDB will not be able to go to grab your data from the database. So the server here, you need to build the server first. So the reason why these stuff are working because they have a server first. If you don't have a server, it's not possible to go just to MongoDB to grab the data. It's impossible. You get my point?
Yeah, so that's why, okay, now I got. So you have the server, and now we don't have database, so we have a database cat.js, like we are giving the okay, I got it. Thank you, Samir. I got it.
Excalibro. Minju. It's the node here, it's creating your server. Without server, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just remove this one here. Voila. Okay, let's say that's my request. So the user, the front is sending a request here. Well, I need to have a server already. If I don't have server, it's so let's say this is my database. It doesn't matter MySQL or MongoDB. If I don't have a server, all the logic in the server. If I don't have the server, it's impossible. The request cannot go to the database. That's huge security issue, and it's not possible to do so. I need first a server. I need a logic here. I need a logic which can handle different route. I can send it to different route. Because if I don't have different route, how could I know that that's the data I am grabbing? And it's not possible at all. So this server here, it's make the connection between your request, route, logic, and then it asks the database to give me this specific data. The database does not have a brain. The database here is just they are working. It's imagine just like a guy working here. This is the boss here. The Node.js is the boss, is the brain. And that's the views here, let's say. That's the view, that's my database. This guy here handle everything. It's like the brain. When the request come, it will analyze it. It will check which route it's matched. It will check if the user is authenticated or not, logged in or not. It will check all this logic. And then when everything is okay and hit specific routes, then it will ask the database, give me this database here. So also it has some logic to ask the database to give him this specific data. And when it grabs a specific data, also it has some logic to ask the view, give me this view. And it will retrieve this view, and then it will put this data inside the view, and then it will send it back. Clear, Manju?
Yeah, it's clear. Thank you, Samir.
Is it clear, guys? I hope so. So now what do we need to do here? Now we need to just to be able to add a new cat. What time is it? It's 11:30. I need to be able now to do a few stuff more. I will need to be able to add a cat. Let me get rid of all of those. Get rid. What I want to do first, I want to go to my nav here. My nav is ugly. I don't like it. Because here it should be API/get to get all the cat. And let's name it all or home, whatever you want to call it, home, fine. I need to be able to add a new cat. So what I can do, I can just add a new one here, and to be able to add a new cat, what is the route? To add a new cat, it will be /add, right? So what I can do here, go to nav, and here /add. Voila. Let me go to my project again. Refresh. And now I have both of them home. Why? Because this one shouldn't be home. Should be add. Voila. Of course, now, if I click on this one, home, it will be the same. If I go to add a cat, it will be /API/add. And of course, the page currently does not exist. Why? Because it's going to the route, but I don't really have anything to show currently. I'm not handling any route, anything in add cat yet. So let me go to my controller here, and here in add. So to add a cat, what should I do? What should I do to add a cat? First, I need to go to my module, right? Let me go to my module here and see what I do. I need to add a cat. So to add a cat, I will need the name and I will need the breed. Where I will get this name and breed? From where?
In body?
Name and breed?
In body?
Yes, so I will get them from the body. So I can just say const name, comma, breed, I think. Yeah, that's a breed. Voila. It will be equal to request.body, and that's what I want to. After I grab these two guys, what I can do here, let's see, my logic is just adding a new cat. So what I can say const new cat. It will be equal to cat, my class dot add. Why? Because I have add, and I need to pass the name and the breed inside an object, which will be cool. But maybe before that, I need to make something here. What should I do? Actually, I need the image as well, because I add img image like that. Can anyone tell me what should I do? Before add cat, what should I do?
If all exist, then add.
Yes, so I need to make sure that all three exist, because for me, of course, again, it's depend on what do you want. But for me, I wanted to have all three. So I need to have a name and breed and image. So if I have all three, then I'm gonna, what's the hell happening here? I need to close it. And voila. For now, let's just do it this way. So only if I have name, breed, and image, then I'm gonna add the cat. And of course, when I add the cat here, I will have, it will return me the new cat, as you can see, a new cat object here, and everything, it will be fine. Now, when I add a new cat, where I should redirect the user? If I successfully add a cat, what should I, so let's say I have a form here. Currently, I don't have. I have a form here, and name cat, age, name of the cat, breed, and image, and I click add cat. Where I should go back? I should go back to here, right? Yes?
Yeah.
When I add the cat, I should go back to here. So what I can do here, I can just say res.status, and let's make the status 3. I think it's 302, if I'm not mistaken, for redirection. And I need to redirect it. Do I have redirection here? So, yeah. So redirect to, voila. I'm going to redirect it to slash, no, I don't want that. I want to redirect it to slash API/get, right? If I'm not mistaken. Voila. So a status, it will be 302. That means be redirected, everything is fine. But what if it was not successful? Well, if it was not successful, I can just send the user something here and tell him, for example, bad request, the request must contain a name, breed, and image. Simply like that. Is the idea clear?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be status 201. Usually we did 201 if we add something.
Yes,
or
201
it doesn't matter.
being created successfully, but here I want to redirect directly. So if it was successful, I want directly redirect it to /get to get all the cat, to see all the cat. That's what I want. It depends what you want. If you want to send the user something and say him it's successfully been added, that's okay. But what I'm doing here, I'm just redirecting directly. And when I'm redirecting directly, it's 302.
And can we add two, like redirect and also add status and maybe some information that your cat was added?
But it doesn't make sense because what I'm trying to do here, I don't want really to send the user anything. If it's successful, I just want to redirect the user directly to Git and he can see it. This, you can do that in the front end. It will be much easier. In the back end, it will not serve our purpose, Agnieszka. So in the front end, you can do a lot of stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
That's fine. But what should I do here? Okay, but before that, I have a problem here, as you can see. Now here, yes, I am getting the names, the breed, the image, and I'm redirecting, everything is fine, everything is nice. But the point here, what I want when the user go to /add, and the method here, what's the method here? When I'm trying to add a cat, what is the method? The method is post, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So when the user try to add something, the method is post, right? Yes,
Yeah.
no? What is the method when I try to add a cat?
Post.
Post. What I want now, I want before doing that, when the user click on add cat, I want to send the user, not this one, I want to send him a form. So when the method is get, I want to send him a form, so you will be able to add the name of the cat, stuff like that. And when you click on it, I want to redirect it to /API/add, but the method, it will be post. Do you understand what I'm doing? Yes, no? So I will have a router dot get, and when the user here is trying to go to /add, I want now to add a new controller, where this controller here, it's just it will be add, let's name it add form, and add form does not exist. Let's just add form like that, and I need to add form in here. No, I need to add it in my controller. Where is add? That's add. And here I will need add form, and I will have that. So what the hell is add form? That means when the user go to /API/add and the method is get, I need to send the user, I need to send him something. And this something here, it will be a form. And the form here, do I have any add cat? No, I don't have it, so I need to create it. Add cat. Or maybe cat form, it will be better actually. Cat form.egs. Let's go to the controller and let's remove this one here. It will be add a cat form, sorry. Cat form like that. So what I'm doing here, when the user go to /add, but the method is not post, I'm not trying to post the data yet. It is trying just to, when it just go to /add, I want to send the user a form so he will be able to add the name of the cat and stuff like that. And when the user click on add, we will have a button. Then I will need to redirect it to /add, but the method, it will be post here. And if that's the case, it will hit this one. And then when it hits this one, I will grab the name, the breed, the image, and then I will do this stuff. Is it quite clear what I'm trying to do or not? No? What happened?
So first of all, you send a form to the user, to the client, so he can full and put the
Yes,
information.
that's it. That's what I'm trying to do. That's only I'm trying to send a form. That's it. And the action, when the user click on it, I want to go to /API/add. But what will be the method? What will be the method? Post. So when the user click on the button, I want him now the first method here. When the user go just to /add, as a method, of course, it will be get. So I will send him a form. And when the user click on add, it will take him to the second one, the method, it will be post, and it will be the same route, but the method, it will be post. And it will come and hit this controller. I will grab the names and breed the image from the body, and then I will do that. It's simple. Of course, if the method is just get, I will send him a form. That's my cat form. Okay, that's fine. Now, what should I send here? I need to send a form with some stuff. So label first, I will need to send the name. Type, it will be text. ID, it will be, I need to add this property. Name is equal to name. This property is important. Why? Because it allows a body to store the value as a name. Same, I don't need the age. Actually, what was it that I need name and I need breed, if I'm not mistaken? What do I need?
Breed an image.
So I need a breed and then I need an image. Where is it? Yeah, so here it will be breed. And that will be for breed. And breed here, I can add it with capital B, that's fine. Type, it will be not be number, it will be string. And the ID here, it will be breed. And the name also, it will be breed. And I think I have type string, yeah, that should be fine. And then here for, I need IMG. And here is not color, it's just image. It's just HTML, nothing biggie. Type here, it will be text, that's fine. ID, it will be IMG. Name, it will be IMG. And that should be okay, I suppose. Here, type should be text, not string text. Voila. So what I'm doing here, I'm just sending the user few stuff. So let's try to go here. Now, if I refresh, see, I'm getting my forms. That's what I'm trying to do. So when it's /API/add, by default, the method, it will be get. And as you can see, I have this guy. And let's add a new name. So for example, GS, the breed, don't know, like that. And the image here, let's try to type any image here. Just any cat, it's fine. This cat, no. Nice cats. So let's take this one. Copy image address. And now here I will put this one. And now notice when I click add cat, see it redirect me directly to here. And now if I go down, that's my new cat GS and that's a breed, but it looks like the image is not correct. It does not show me the image. Why? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what's the problem with the image. Button API get. Yeah, but that's not what I want to. I did not include the image here. Yeah, but I don't have source here. Why I don't have source here? Did I make any mistake here? For image names, it's IMG. I'm trying to grab, let's go to in here. It's IMG, should be IMG, fine.
Samir,
Yes.
go down in the right in the models. You add only name and breed, but not EMG.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think it was in the controllers, it's the same.
My mistake, sorry for that. And here I did not include IMG, all right. So I need to include IMG. That should be fine. Update also, I need to, yeah, because I added later, that's why. cat.img, and delete, I don't care, it's fine, delete. Okay, and controller, you told me it's the same. No, the controller, it's fine.
Cat add,
Cat,
const new cat.
which
Cat
line?
add, 27.
You're right. Now it should work. Let's try it again and see if that will work or not. Okay, let's go here and let's try to add a cat. And now here, let's name it GS. As a breed, I do not know. And the image, let's just take this image, copy image address. And let's add this one, let's add it, and let's go down. And voila, as you can see. That's good. If I click on it, it will take me to /ID and it will show me only this cat, get all cat, and that's nice. Of course, now you do the delete and the update, it should be simple, right? It's already 12. Fine, let's take our lunch break a little bit earlier today. Let's get back at, it's 11:42. Let's get back at 12:42 or 45. I will do the update and the delete. After that, everything should be clear. Now, for this project, it's up to you. You want to do it, it's fine. You don't want to do it, it's fine. The most important thing is that the last project, which was movie API EGS, you need to finish it. Because we are doing the same exactly. I just repeat it to make it very clear for you how we are doing it. Is the idea clear? Yep.
Yeah.
Do we need the deliverable? Not really.
If
For this
you
one?
want to do it, you can add deliverable so I can check your code. If you don't want, it's totally up to you because as you can see, it's exactly the same as movie.js, nothing new. Yeah, let me pause.
So I'm gonna run my server again, npm run dev, which should be lowercase. Voila, my server is running, should be fine. Let's go here, let's refresh. And yeah, we have our stuff, which is good. Now, what I want to do now, I will try to update a cat and remove the cat. The problem is on the backend, we cannot really, whenever I have a form, we can just do get and post request only. We cannot do like put and delete. And normally we shouldn't do that because the front end normally does that, but we don't have a front end. So a solution could be for now, we will change this method from put to another method, and we'll change this one delete to another method. And because we don't have /update on any of these routes, so it will not be a problem. Just for now, as I'm telling you, but normally you don't do that. Normally you receive the request from the front end. So what can I do? Well, what I can do here, I can change this method to post, lowercase, post. And here post, when I'm trying to post, sorry, not post, yeah, it's post. So when I'm trying to do this post, I will have an update, I will have the ID, and I will try to update my cat. But then again, I need to add another route. Why? Because when the user go to router.update/ID, I need to send him a form. And this form, it will not be add form, actually, it will be update form. Update form, which I don't have currently, and I need to create it in my, so here update, let's add update form. You know why do I need to add a form for update, right?
Yeah, to put the data inside and update the tag.
That's the idea. So here, what I'm going to do here, I'm gonna add another controller, which will be update form. And update form, of course, it will take a request and response as normal. And yeah, and here, what I'm going to do here, when the user try to go to this route, which is update form, I'm going to send the user, I'm going to send a user form here. And of course, because here it is /update, even if it's get /update/ID, I can grab the ID. So I can just say const ID, it's equal to ID. Let me remove those. ID is equal to request dot param. So I'm getting the ID. And now what I need to do here, why do I need this data? Because I want to show this data in the form, because we are doing update form. So I will need to get the specific cat information and pass it to my view so I can have this value. So I already have the ID, so maybe I can just say const cat or whatever you want to call it, it's fine. I can use my class, which is cat dot. I can use get one if I want to. So get one, it will allow me to get this specific guy here which will be my cat I want to update. Voila. Let's get one here. If I go back to my class, I'm not sure if I have my class. Voila. So I can use a get, where is it? Get one here, and I'm passing the ID to get specific cat. So either I'm gonna get the cat or I'm gonna get null. So let's go back to my controller. And now here I can just put a condition, say if cat, that means I will have the data, then I'm sending a response with status 200, and I'm trying to render a cat form. But here I will not name it cat form because I think I already have, yeah, that should not be cat form, but let's name it update form. Maybe I should have add form, but yeah, let's just name it update form like that. And remember, in update form, I am passing the cat object. That means I have the ID, I have the name, I have the breed, and also I have the image. Should be nice. Else, well, if that's the case, if I don't have the cat, I can send a request 404, and I can use the 404 template here and just pass the title and message which say cat not found. The cat you are looking for does not exist, which should be simple. So now what do I want to do? I want to create a new view, which is called update form. So let's create update form here. Voila. .egs. And in update form, of course, I'm going to create my form normally, just like that. And here I will name it update cat. You can name it whatever you want to. And in here, maybe you can add h1. And here, update cat, that's fine. I will also include, I will include the navigation bar. So angle bracket % minus include is correct, right? Include, yes. And include here, it's not partial really. It will be /includes navigation in nav.js. Now I need to create a form. It will be very similar to the cat form here. So let me add my form here. So I will just say form. Voila. And the action, whenever the user click on the button, then I will send a request and I will make the method post and I will send it to /update/ID. Why? Because I wanted to hit this route. Of course, it's not going to hit this one and this one and this one. Why? Because there's /get, here /add. So it will hit this one, which is great. That's what I want exactly. So I will just say /API/ what was it? Update. / now I need the ID. How can I grab the ID? Yes.
With EJS syntax.
Yes, so I can just use here. I'm recording, right? Yes, I am.
Yes.
So angle bracket % equal. Now I can say cat.id. And I need to close it, of course, angle bracket %. But let me make sure the variable I am passing to this one is called cat. So as you can see, it's called cat. So that's okay. Cat.id, because I should have ID in here. Where is it? Controller module route. Yeah, I need module. So I have ID. So that's fine. Let me go back to my form here. That should be good. Now here I need to add all this other stuff here. So what I need to do, I need to add a label for name, text name, and I can put the value here. Why I can put the value? Because I already have the cat object. So the value, it will be cat.name, and also the breed cat.breed, and that's no age, so it will be just image like that. I'm gonna remove this one and I will name it img, for example. The ID here, the type is number. It's not number, it's a text. The name here, it will be img, and the value is this one, and everything should be fine. Now, if everything is okay, and now I go to this form, I should see this input name, breed, and image, and I should see the value already there, and I can change the value. And then when I click on update cat, it should take me to the method. I forgot to add the method. So the method, it will be post, of course. The method here, it will be post. And because the method is post and the route is /API/update, so I own those two only, their /update/ID. So of course it will not be get. Why? Because the method is post, so it will hit this route here, which is update. If it hits this route, I will be able to grab the name, the breed, and the image. And then all I have to do, I will already have the cat. I will try to get the cat first and then try to get the new value. And then if I have all the value, I'm going to update it. Is the idea clear, guys, or not? Yes, no?
Yeah, but on the line 20, there is cat.h. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, because it should be cat.img. Voila. Is it okay like that, Agnieszka? Should be good. Now let's go to my controller. So if I go to my controller here, I have update form, but I have the update here. So this guy update, it will be triggered when I hit this one. So what do I need here? Well, it's quite simple. First, I need the ID. How can I grab the ID? Well, it will be request.params. That's simple. Why? Again, because if I go to my form, I'm updating API update /ID. So I will grab the ID, which is good. I've grabbed the ID. Now I want to grab name, breed, image from request.body, and I should have all of them here, as you can see, because we have name, it's image. So name, breed, name. I should grab all of this value. After that, I need to make sure that the 3 value exists. So I can just say if name and breed, and I need to make sure that the user did not forget any one of those. And image, so if all 3 of them exist, what I'm going to do now, I will try now to grab this cat. So I can just say const cat. Actually, I can do that here just using my class. So if I go to my module, let's see what update is doing. So when update here, I need to pass the ID and the new data, which will be name, breed, and image. Voila, all 3. So I need here, I can just use this method update from my class. I need to pass the ID first. Then I need to pass an object with the name, the breed, the image. And after that, this method here in my class, it will try to find the cat and update everything. That's what I want to. So let's try to go here. Now, all I have to do, I can just say const. No, actually, I don't need even to do that. Yeah, I can. I can if I want to. So const updated cat, because I will receive what? What I'm going to receive here? I will receive the updated cat, because here I'm updating the name, the breed, the image, then I'm returning the cat. So I will receive the updated cat. So I can just say updated cat if I want to. I don't think even I need the value, but anyway. Updated cat, it will be cat.update. I'm passing the ID first, then I'm passing name, breed, and image. And yeah, that's simply how it is. And after that, what I can do, now I can redirect. So I can just say res.status 302, and I'm redirecting to API/get. Voila. So in reality, I will not need this value, so I can ignore it because I'm not going to use it really. Voila. Clear? Is it clear what I'm doing here or not? Hello? It means it's not clear. Okay. When I grab the name, the breed, the image, and I have the ID, I need to make sure the 3 exist. If the 3 exist, well, I can use my class. My class cat has a method on it called update. Let's see what this method is doing. So what this method is doing is take an ID and I take the new data inside an object. I have name, breed, image, that's the new data. And then what it's going to do here, it will try to find the cat with this ID. Then it will update the name, update the breed, update the image. Then it will return me the new updated cat. I don't want the new updated cat because why? What I'm doing here, I'm just trying to make sure I'm updating the cat, and then I'm just going back to API/get. Is the idea clear, guys, or not? Yes? Just answer yes or not, please.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, God. And now else here, if I don't have the name of this one, I can just send the user some message telling him, oh, so the message will be the request body must contain name, breed, and image field and stuff like that. So I'm using 404, which is this template here. And then I'm telling bad request and I'm sending a message. That's simply how it is. So now let's go to our application, refresh. Of course, I don't have anything to update the cat. So what I need to do here, I need to go to my cats like that. And in this cat here, I need to add another button. So let's try to add another button. Here I have detail, so add another button. Here, instead of detail, I will keep the same class, but here it will not be detail. Of course, here it will be update. I'll just keep the class for CSS, it doesn't matter. So I want when the user try to click on update, I want to take him to which route? So it will be /update/ID. So it will be API/update/ what is the ID? How can I grab the ID? Well, that's the ID here. And all I have to do, just do that. Well, simply like that. Now, if I go to all my cat, I refresh them. Notice I have another button now. It's called update. If I click on update, notice it will give me this form, new form. The name is Fluffy, the breed is this one, and the image is this one. So I will just change here. I will not change the image, but I'm going to change the full name, Fluffy name. And the breed, I will just say breed like that. And if I click on update kit now, if everything has value currently, I update on it, everything is correct, it should redirect me to /API/kit. Click and API/kit. Now, if I go to Fluffy, I have Fluffy name, Siemens breed, and also let's try to update the image just to make sure that everything is fine. So what was the breed? This one. Image. So let me replace it with this one, for example. Copy image address. I will try to update this guy again. I will remove the name. I will just keep it Fluffy. And I will remove this one. And here I will just say Control-A to get everything. And I'm going to paste this one. And let's try to update the cat. And as you can see, I have the new image. And the name is Fluffy now and blah. And as you can see, update is working perfectly. Cool.
And could you leave one space empty?
What do you mean one space?
So like go to update and
okay.
Yeah,
Let's
don't
try
fill the
to
name.
name the name here. Click on that. It will not work. See, please fill in this field. So it will not work. The name was Fluffy, I think. Voila. And
But
if
we
I
didn't
update
put 404 page?
Yes, you don't need to, because what's happening here in my form, actually, if I go back to my form, where is it? Update form. We said require here. So if I say require, it will not allow me to click on submit if all of them does not exist. So in reality here, even as you can see in my, if I go back to my controller, I don't really need to add this one, but let's keep it there. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Now the last one is delete, and that should be the simplest one actually. Route.delete. Of course, I cannot do delete, as you know. So let's try to make it a let's just try to make it a GET request like that, because I cannot make delete request. And now what I need to do, I need to create another button which will redirect me to /API/delete/ID. And if that's the case, it will delete the cat for me. So let's go back to our cats here in this one. And now I have button which is called update. I need to add another button which is called delete. And it will take me to API and not update, but I think it was delete if I'm not mistaken. And the ID, and it's here. I will keep the same class, and here I need to just replace it with delete. Voila. And now here, if everything is fine, I refresh. Now I have another button, as you can see. So I have delete here. Now, when I click on delete, it will take me to, it is a request, it will be GET, it will take me to /API/delete/ID. And then after that, I don't have anything in my controller. So currently it will do nothing. So let's go to my controller. I don't have anything delete, as you can see. So let me check my class to see what my class is doing. So the method I make it GET, that's fine. So now let's go to my class here. So what delete is doing, well, all I have to pass to the delete, I need to pass the ID only. So if I pass the ID, either I'm gonna get the cat or I'm get null, simply like that. So yeah, so it's delete. So I think I replace it with remove if I'm not mistaken, right? Not sure, let me check. Let me check. I'm quite sure I replace it with remove, see? Yeah, so it's not delete actually anymore. It should be remove. Let's go to my controller. Yeah, it's remove anyway. It's remove, but where it was delete then? Yeah, it's in the class. It's fine. So let me go to my controller again. And now here I have remove, which is good. Now I just need the ID. So all I have to do, just say const ID, and I can grab it from the param. And after I grab it from the param, all I have to do, I can just say const cat. It's equal to cat.delete. I'm passing the ID. Now remember this cat here, either it will be an object either it will be null. I can put a condition here if I want to. So what I can do here, if I say if cat, that means if I have a value, so I'm gonna redirect to /API/get, else I can send something to the user using 404, but most probably it will not hit anyway. So when I click on delete, it should take me after that to /API/get, and that's what I want to. So let's do that, refresh, and let's click delete, and voila, as you can see. Click delete, voila, click delete, voila, I don't have anything. Refresh, and now I need to shut down my server to get my cats again. Voila, refresh, voila. Is the idea clear? Yep. No answer. Tell me, I'm just reviewing for you guys. If it's not clear, let me know. I can review it again. Okay, fine. Let's stop the recording. So let's create log. Create log, of course, it will be a middleware. That means I will have a request, response, and next, as you know. So I'm going to create my function for now. Let's just export it. So exp default create log. Now this is a middleware, as you know, so I need to import it inside my index.js. So let me import it here. I will just make, import route. Actually, it would be a good idea to add some import not database, import middleware. Sorry. So here I will need to import create log from /middleware/create log, as you can see. And now, of course, I need to use it. So a good place to use it, it will be here. So use middleware. And here app.use create log before the static folder. I can put it even here. It's fine. Let's put it here. Voila. The most important thing, it must be before your route, so it can run each time before you go to your route. So it's here, use middleware. I've defined my middleware and imported. So let's now create my middleware. So what do I want to do here? Well, first I need to know the time, which will be the date and the time. And after that, I need to know what is the method and what is the URL, because this data is going to provide me with the information I want to log. So first I can just say const method, comma URL. I can destructure it from request dot. Can I destructure it from the request? Let's see. Let's just log it. So here you just log method and URL. And here, of course, I will not have nothing because I'm not sending any request. So let's send the request. And as you can see, I have get. So the method is get and the URL is /API/get. So I am getting actually the method and the URL from the request here, because the request is an object. I have a lot of property inside it. One of them is the URL. The URL, it will be the route here, /API/get. And the method here, it will be either get, post, delete, and update. That's fine. I'm getting my method. I'm getting my URL now. I need the time. So I can just say const now. You can name it whatever you want. New date. And of course, when I have a new date now, I can extract the year, the month, and the day, and then the hour, the minute, and the second. So I can just say const year, it's equal to now dot get full year. So the date object, if you don't know about it, you can just Google it and you'll see inside it. We have a lot of methods. Get full year, get a month, get a date. Get date give you the date. And then we have get minutes, get hours, get second, everything. So I'm getting here the year. I want to say late month. It's equal to now dot get month. And here +1 y, because the months start from the 0 index. That means I will never have 12. I will have 11. December is 11 because the months start from 0. And also, if you go to the documentation, we'll study that in the front end. If you go to the documentation, it will tell you that the value it returned here. Actually, let me log it for you so you can see it. It will be nice. So let's just log the months for now. If I log the months, I need to send a request. So as you can see, it's give me 8. Actually, it's not 8. Why? Because we are in September. We are not in August. So that's the reason why I need to say +1. And like that, it will give me the month. That should be okay. I've got the months. Now I need to get the day. So day like that, it will be now dot get date. It's get date, it's not get day. Get day is different. So now get day, and let's log this one as well, just so you can see it. It will be day. And I need to send another request to my server, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, my mistake. Why the request is not going? Because I'm not using next. So I need to use next so I don't forget it. Because if I don't use next, notice my middleware is here. If I don't use next, it will not be able to go to my route and it will stop there. And that's the reason why it gave me nothing. Remember that. But here in this one, when I'm handling the error, I can also have next, but it doesn't make sense because after it's handling error, I have nothing. So I'm not using next. Don't forget that, please. Okay, now here, if I go here, I send the request and I come here, as you can see, the day is 25. Today is 25, as you can see. So I'm getting the month, I'm getting the day, and now I need to get the hours, and I need to get the minute, and I need to get the seconds. Now, important thing here, if the month is less than 10, I need to add 0 before it. You know that, it's just formatting. The day is the same, hours the same, minutes the same, second is the same. So in order to do this, that's the reason why I declare them with late. So I can just say month. So I can use ternary operator. If month is less than 10, then I'm going to add 0. If not, I'm going to keep the month as it is. Same for day, same for hour, same for minutes, same for seconds. So it's not something new here. Everything is fine. Now, after I get everything here, now I can construct the time if I want to. And also I want to construct my message. So I want two types of message. One message so I can save to my log file without using the library, which is chalk. And one of them I will need it because it doesn't make sense to use chalk and save it to the library. It will not work. So I can say import chalk from chalk like that. So let's first save log as a message here. So I can say post message, log message. Let's name it log message, log message, or message, or whatever you want to. Let me do this one. So now I will have the year, the month, the day, the hour, the minute, the second. Either you can prefer the slash, that's fine with me. And I prefer the time, then the method, then the URL. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to add some space like that between them. So it will be a little bit nice because this message here, it will be for the console. But of course, now what I can do, because I'm using backtick here, what I can do, I can just do something else actually. I can grab everything here. And I can now use chalk actually. If I say $sign, curly brace, now I can use JavaScript, so I can say chalk. And here dot, I can now apply any color I want to. So what color do I need? Let's take it big green or something like that. And now here I need to pass my data here, which will be related to the time here. So first I will need the year, right? Year. And after that, maybe I need slash here. I need the month. Then I need slash. Actually, maybe it's a good idea just not to keep any space like that. So I have the month, I have this one, and also I need the day, right? Day. And here I will make some space. Then I will need $sign, curly brace. It's just formatting, that's it. Now I will need hour. I don't think, because I'm too deep level, I don't think that will work. So let me try to do it. No. Let me construct my message first. So let me make that time first like that. And after that, I can just now construct my message. Const message or log message. And now here I can not use the time here. What I can do here, I can just say $sign like that, and I can use chalk dot blue, and here I can add the time here. So blue, I can add my time because it's just a variable. Chalk dot green, I can add them. So chalk dot yellow, I can add this one. It will be fine. But what I want here, I want some space like that. and also some space like that. It's just for styling, no more, no less. And now here, if I send a request like that, as you can see, I'm not logging anything. So of course it will show me nothing. Let's log the message so we can see it. Refresh again. And as you can see, I have 24, 9, 25. And notice here I have 0. Why? Because I'm doing the ternary operator. Then I have 13 times 13. Yeah, 13, 20, 14. And I have get. A method is get. And here is to API/get, as you can see. So that's my message for the for the log. Now I want another message. So let's say const message. And in this message, actually, I don't need a lot of stuff. I just need the time without any chart. Need time, method URL. That's all I need. And now here, of course, I need to save it to a file system. To save it to a file system, I will need to import a few stuff here. First, I need to import the file system. So I can just say import fs from fs. I need to import the path. And also, I need to import the dir name. That's repetitive. I will need to import the URL, so import file URL. So let me construct my path here at the top here. I will construct my path here. So what I can say, I can just say const underscore file. I'm using file URL to import meta here. So now here I can just say const path like that, all cap. It's equal to dir name, the file name. Remember something. This path is the path to the directory here, which will be middleware. I don't want to save my file here in the middleware. I want to go out to logs, and then inside the log, I can create my file. So what I can do here, I can just say const file path, or whatever you want to call it. It's fine with me. File path, it will be path.join, but it will not just be path here. It will be path. And now here, I want to get out. So I can just say dot. That means I will get out, and then I will go inside. I need to pass also logs, logs, and then I want the name of my file to be log.txt. And I'm missing something. What it is? Here. Voila. So the idea here, this path, it will be the path to this guy here, middlewares, because now I am inside this file. So that's the path. I don't want to go here. I want to go out of middleware. So I will say dot. And as you know, dot, it means go up one directory. So if I go up one directory, I will be inside cat API EGS. Now I want to go to the log. So I will pass logs because the name of my folder is logs. Then I want to create a file which is called log.txt. Is the idea clear? I think so. Now I can just say fs.write file or append file. Actually, it's much better because I'm trying to append. And now here, all I need to do here, I can just say the file path because I already constructed. And then after that, I need the message. And of course, because I'm trying to append, now I will get a callback function. A callback function, I will have just the error. And here, in case I have an error, what I can do, I can just check if error, I can log the error. There's something nice also here. After the message, I can concatenate it with a new line. And the new line here, it will be \n. That's what you call special character. The special character here, it will allow me to put this message in. Sorry. So it will write my message, then it go to a new line. Write my message, a new line, because I want each process to be a separate line. Or if you don't like it this way, you can go to the end of here and add \n, and it will do the same job here. So I need just to remove it. And voila. And now here, of course, whenever I send a request, it will log the time, the message, the URL, and then create a new line. Of course, if I have any error, it will log the error. I'm appending it because I want to keep all my messages and everything should be fine. So let's try to send a request. Clicky, everything should be fine. Now let's go to my log, and voila, as you can see now, yes, I have this one. Now let's try to send another one. Let's go to detail, for example. And of course, as you can see, get to /API/get/1. So it's appending, it's add all of them here to this file. And that should be okay. Question.